In this video, we will go over the individual educational programs that we have offered for all students, just to give you as a parent a way to kind of understand what your role is, what our role is, and how we will be working together to get this going and to see if your kid is eligible or what needs to be done, and we'll just kind of a complete overview. So just to start, we'll start with you, the parent, and your role and your involvement in the IEP process. And to be honest, it's a big role. It's not something that you're just gonna be able to just tell us to handle it with your kid, because we want you to have some involvement, because you know your kid more than anyone, with them more often. So that's why parents are so heavily involved in this process. And another thing we have is that we really do enjoy and works well is equal involvement for each parent. One parent doesn't just get more of the say simply because they have a stronger opinion. We want to hear from both parents and hear what they think is the right strategy for that. Therefore, you'll always be involved in any meetings involving your parent. If you want to refuse the evaluation at some point or just stop that, we will also do that. And therefore, you will be heavily involved as we get this going. Then the next thing we're going to move forward to is the referral part. Our referral actually works in 8 phases. Those are recognition, pre-referral, referral for special education, evaluation, and then we have special education evaluation, eligibility, the IEP meeting, the implementation, and then finally the reevaluation. And these multiple steps are really just in place to ensure that these students are placed in the right spot to succeed. So that if they need to be in certain classes, we'll get them there, or if they're in general education, of course, we would keep them there. The next thing we'll move on to is evaluation, how we do that. This is how kids become eligible, and the goal of our evaluation process is to help minimize the number of misidentifications, basically. We want to make sure we're getting these students in the best possible spot to where they can really succeed. So therefore, these students need the appropriate amount of help that they can do their best, and these IEPs, we're really able to do that through our great evaluation process. Next is how students are eligible. So first off, you must have a disability that falls under one of our 13 categories, which includes autism, deafness, emotional disturbance, language impairment, traumatic brain injury, visual impairment, among others, which you can take a look in that handout we have for you. But along with that, a lot of people think if they have that, they're good, but you must also need the special education to make progress in the classrooms, because that's really what we're looking for to do. And then lastly, just the IEP, just to summarize it, just the components. I mean, why it's created. It's created to meet each student's unique educational needs. We want each student to have their plan to do their best. We know every student's not the same, especially if you have a disability, so we want to do our best to help them. And that'll include an overview of the student's current grades, annual goals, benchmarking objectives, and also services related in detail or received in detailed explanations where a student is not in the general classroom. So all of these things will help us to help your student to see where they need to go. And all of this just works so well together, as we'll work with you. And as we said, you are going to play every role as the parent. So look forward to working with you moving forward. Thank you.